Good morning, students. This class is to check the past tense verb was, were. Now, we are going to focus on the grammar points for this structure. Well, this tense is similar to the present simple that you have seen before, because it has different rules for the verb to be, which becomes was or were. Let's look at some examples of this. Okay, affirmative sentences are positive with the verb to be. First example, I was cold. So remember, you need one adjective in this type of sentences. I was cold. You were tired. Okay, he was in the garden. She was late. It was sunny. We were on holiday. They were hungry. Let's look at some of the grammar points here. Remember that we follow the same rule as in present simple. So for the first person, you are going to use was. I was. Second person, you were. You were. As in present simple, you are. You were. He, she, it was. Okay, this is third person. We were. They were. Tenemos que recordar que en el presente simple usamos diferentes conjugaciones dependiendo del tipo de persona. Por ejemplo, terceras personas, he, she, it, en presente simple siguen la estructura is. En pasado lo vamos a utilizar con was. Okay. To make the negative with be, we are going to add the negative form not. Negative with be. I was not sleepy. I was not sleepy. Or the short form, I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't sleepy. The contraction was plus not. You were not on the bus. You were not on the bus. You weren't on the bus. He was not at school. He wasn't at school. He wasn't at school. She was not beautiful. She wasn't beautiful. Contraction of the short form. It was not cold. It was not cold. It wasn't cold. We were not at work. We were not at work. We weren't at work. We weren't at work. They were not tired. They were not tired. They weren't tired. They weren't tired. Las formas negativas las vamos a encontrar completa con la negación not después de mi verbo en pasado, verbo to be en pasado, o también como se puede apreciar de la siguiente columna, contracción del verbo to be en pasado más el negativo. Wasn't, weren't. Okay? Now, the question forms. To make a question, as we saw in present simple, we are going to change the structure of the sentence. We change it with placing the verb was or were, then the subject, and the complement in case you have some complements. Let's look at some of them. Yes or no questions with verb to be. Was I sleepy? Was I sleepy? Were you late? Were you late? Was he at the cinema? Was he at the cinema? Was she kind? Was she kind? Was it hot? Was it hot? Okay, let's talk about the weather. Maybe. Were we hungry? Were we hungry? Were they at work? Were they at work? So as you can see, here we are placing first the forms of the verb to be in past tense, followed by the subject and the copulative or complement. Como se puede apreciar, vamos a tener la estructura invertida, poniendo al principio mi verbo en pasado, was, were, sujeto más el copulativo o complemento, que es lo que se dice del sujeto. En todas va a cambiar la posición de mi oración cuando se trata de preguntas. Now let's check the WH questions with the form to be. Okay, why was I sleepy? Why was I sleepy? Where were you? Where were you? When was he at the cinema? When was he at the cinema? How was she? How was she? How was it? How was it? Why were we hungry? Why were we hungry? When were they at work? When were they at work? Those WH questions have to be at the beginning of the question, at the sentence. Then you're going to place again the past tense was, were, followed by the subject. Okay, those WH questions are all the ones that had these letters. Okay, what, where, when, where. Also those how. Al principio de estas preguntas tiene que ir la forma de WH, seguida de mi verbo con pasado simple, was, were, sujeto y complemento. Lo único que estoy cambiando aquí es el agregar la forma de pregunta con WH, que son las que hemos estado viendo. De quién, cuándo, por qué, cómo. Okay, let's move on. On this chart, you have the affirmative, negative, question form, and short answers. Okay, remember just the rules when we talk about third person. You need to add was. I, he, she, it was at home, like in the example. The negative form, I, he, she, it wasn't or was not at the park. Okay, affirmative form with the plurals, we, you, they were at home. Negative, we, you, they weren't or were not at the park. This is a negative form. Okay. Question form, remember to place first the past tense was were at the beginning. Again, with the singular and third person, you're going to have I, he, she, it. Was I, he, she, it at home? And for the short answers, you have yes or no. Yes, I, he, she, it was, or no, I, he, she, it wasn't, depending on the subject again. And for the plurals, you are going to place were, we, you, they. Those are the subjects. At home, were we, you, they at home? Yes, we, you, they were. Or no, we, you, they weren't. Okay, this is the explanation of the was were forms. Hope you understand a little bit more about these grammar points. So I need you to do the following exercise. Okay, for this exercise, you are going to read this conversation. Let's read together. First one. Where were you last Sunday, Laura? Okay, this is B. And answers. I was at the park. I was at the park. Now A makes a question. Who were you with? Who were you with? And B answers, with my cousin. Okay, she's responding. And now A asks again, what was it like? And B answered, it was fun. It was fun. Tenemos esa conversación para practicar el pasado con las estructuras was, were. Entonces, en la primera está preguntando, ¿dónde estabas o estuviste el domingo pasado, Laura? Y nos contesta, estuve en el parque. Estuve en el parque. Todo es pasado was, were. Siguiente pregunta, ¿con quién? ¿Con quién estabas? ¿Con quién estabas? Respuesta, con mi prima. La siguiente pregunta, ¿Cómo estuvo? Se está refiriendo a lo que hizo el domingo. Y la respuesta fue divertido. It was fun. Okay, for this activity, you're going to use the phrases that are here in those 3 columns and change the conversation, as in the example. You are going to write one conversation, but changing the place, the person, and feelings about the weekend or the situation. So you have here some examples. At the park, at home, at a party, at the movies, with friends, family, relatives, classmates, feelings, fun, boring, tiring, exciting. Lo que van a hacer entonces es cambiar la conversación, esa conversación que tenemos aquí, sustituir los lugares, las personas, cómo estuvo esa experiencia, esa salida, ese fin de semana, con las palabras que tienen aquí. Únicamente es crear una conversación, escribirla en su libreta, en cualquier aplicación si ustedes gustan, y mandar la evidencia del ejercicio. Posteriormente tendrán un ejercicio más para reforzar este tema en Classroom para que puedan trabajarlos de manera individual y mandar sus evidencias.